stuff. We tend not to sort of think of a manager. I mean, he's not particularly old, is he? I think he's in his 40s.
Yeah.
So good luck to him in those ways. But Paul Scholes says what he did there before the end of the season, there were still some games to go, which they didn't do well at. You've got to say, they lost one or two and
Mm.
drew with Palace at the end. I think the word Paul Scholes used was it was a classless thing to do. And you see the pictures of him there, and nothing wrong with if he wants to hug Wayne Lineker as two buddies. They just, obviously know each other, I imagine, from before.
Mm.
Good luck to them. But maybe you'd expect that, if at all, in the close season, when they're out on their holidays and they get plenty of downtime, I guess, in June, early July, maybe. They get a month off anyway, at least. So I understand sort of thing what Paul Scholes meant, because I don't know about you. We both know, and we talk about it, that it's important for a manager of any football club, but particularly the Premier League, to have the respect to the players. When it all goes a bit awry and wrong, it's said, oh, the manager's lost the dressing room, and we all know what that means. Now, I'm not saying that's happened at Liverpool at all, but
No.
the respect bit, I don't know, some of those players may have been out there as well in Lineker's bar, because a lot of them go to Ibiza, and why wouldn't they? It's a great place for them to go.
Yeah.
But to actually see their manager, this person who actually is responsible for that group of players, by definition, he has to separate himself out. He can't be one of the lads, because that doesn't work. In any walk of life, in any profession, a manager, I know from personal experience, in my own case, you cannot be one of the guys, one of the lads. With the more senior people around, you can, but generally you have to keep a bit of a distance and wait till you socialise with your other management people, because it doesn't work. And if some of the players have been there in Ibiza, which they possibly were, or not, if they've seen the pictures, I don't know, does that command respect? Perhaps it does. Perhaps some players say, yeah, good for Arnie, we love to see him going around the dance floor and doing the DJs stuff. I don't know. It's not for me to make judgments on anybody in that, because until you've walked in someone else's shoes, you don't know what their life is, and it may be that works for him, and good luck to him. I mean that, but not for me to judge him. But I'm interested in what Paul Scholes said, whose views I've always respected. I mean, he was a super footballer, super midfield player, and England player. So yeah, someone like that, you do respect what they say. It doesn't always mean someone's right, but I think it's just worth thinking about. Was Arne Slot going to Ibiza, DJing and other things in a club, was that the ideal thing actually during the football season? A season when Liverpool had won it, but they still had 3 or 4 games to go. Was it the right thing to do? It's a question I pose really more than answer myself. I suppose I have a gut feeling a manager maybe should be heard and not seen. Don't put yourself in a situation where you could be sort of laughed at or disrespected, and maybe that's what Paul Scholes was getting at. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I thought about a similar situation actually, but then when you said when they still have, or when they still had probably a couple of games to go before the season officially ended, I thought, all right, so that's a different scenario. And I'll tell you the scenario that I was thinking about. I was thinking about the England manager, women, Serena Wigman, on stage with Burna Boy. I don't know if you remember that. But then that was after they'd won they've won the Euros. I think it was the Euros they won. But that was after they won. They won the Euros, but I think you do have a point. But then I think, well, I mean, all right. So it would depend on the caliber of manager, and that's what I'm going to say. So, say for instance, somebody like Sam Allardyce, Arsene Wenger, Sir Alex Ferguson, that would be something that you wouldn't want to see.
I'd like to see them dancing in Ibiza. I think we all would.
That would be something that you would think, well, hang on a minute, what point is he trying to prove? And that's what I mean. Not that you wouldn't want to see, but you would think, well, what is the point that they're trying to prove? But somebody like Arne Slot, Arteta of Arsenal, Amorim of Manchester United, or even Iriola of Bournemouth. I would say, youthful exuberance, go there and, because they're still below 50, aren't they? In my head, I'm thinking those managers, they've not quite hit the 50 mark yet, or 50 something. So, so Arne Slot. So going back to Arne Slot, I'm thinking Arne Slot. I think it's the fact that he's just come in, and he's trying to acclimatize himself with the whole atmosphere, and it's a big thing to win the league the way that he won it. Credit to him. So letting off some steam. Well, I actually saw that, what you're talking about. I saw the news when it broke, and I actually saw him, and there was a few blonde girls in the picture, and I thought, oh, that's honest. That's honest
for him, sort of thing. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, good luck to him. I'm not criticising him for going there at all. And I'm not criticising him for anything. I'm just referring to what Paul Scholes said, that there could be something in there. But no, I agree with you that I wouldn't say any one of the managers you mentioned, or anyone who chooses to go and do those things, great. But my own advice would be, do it in the close season, when you actually holiday, not before the season's finished, because that's probably what Paul Scholes meant was a bit classless, to be going out there or anywhere in a kind of a partying, holidaying kind of session for a few days, and when the season isn't done. You think a manager would be planning for next season if it was near the end of the season and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it's good to see people enjoy. I would always say people enjoying themselves. I think seriously, if some of the older managers you've mentioned wanted to go to Ibiza or anywhere else, good luck to them. It's free. As I say, it's a free country. We used to be, but hopefully we still are a free country.
We are a free country. Yeah, but I'm just thinking about somebody like Sam Allardyce, or I can sort of Alex Ferguson. Yeah, but somebody like Arsene Wenger, it's always serious. It's got that serious look. Sam Allardyce might actually do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a TV advert at the moment, isn't there, with Allardyce, Pardew, and Pulis, and that's quite amusing actually in its way. But yeah, no, I think nothing is off limits for anybody, providing it's acceptable, it's legal, and everything else. And I'm all for people breaking the barriers, breaking the glass ceiling. It's something we talk about women doing. Yeah, lots of guys, lots of us, in as men, in the country, in the world today, go for it. Go whatever you want. Go for it. Don't be told by custom or people, oh, you can't do that. You're too old, or you're too young, or whatever. Do it. Go for it. Go for it. And I'm all for that, and including Arne Slot. I just say I think the timing probably wasn't very good.
I would love to see videos of somebody like Harry Redknapp and all the other ones that we've mentioned, just dancing,
Absolutely. Harry Redknapp's a great example. He's got the mind of a 30-year-old. I love that in that guy. I think he's brilliant. He went a few years ago on I'm a Celebrity. I mean, I watch that sometimes. I don't know whether you watch it. It's actually quite good. I've missed the last couple of nights, but there we are. I'll probably catch up if I can. But yeah, I thought Harry Redknapp was very good on there. I think the first ever one in about the early 2000s was Tony Blackburn. He won it, the old disc jockey, the DJ, and I think he still works for one or two radio stations.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great to see people, especially something like I'm a Celebrity, where you really are up against the things like hunger. I mean, it's a terrible thing, really, to have to cope with. Say terrible, it just reminds people how much they love food, I guess, when they're not getting much of it. So it's a good test of how you cope in difficult circumstances.
Indeed, yeah. Oh, so this is what we got time for in this session. And we now go over to the next session, and we hope you join us for the next session, where we'll be talking about what Jamie Carragher said about Salah, and all the other news I've got to talk about, especially Cristiano Ronaldo as well. So join us on the flip side as we bring this session to a close. We'll see you on the other side. I've been Emmy Hikins, and he calls me bruv.
I'm Trevor Gear, and he calls me bruv.
See you in a jiffy.
Yeah.